What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. This is going to be Queen Sugar Season 7, Episode 1. It is the final season of Queen Sugar. Now, I'm going to go ahead and be honest with you guys. This episode, it really was just laying the foundation for what they're going to give us for this season. The great thing, when series get to choose their end date, when they know it's ending, they can close everything up. They can tie everything in a nice little bow. And I feel like this season is going to be closing storylines, finishing up storylines, cleaning up storylines, and at the end giving us a nice feel-good moment. They're going to have one, it looks like they're going to have one final showdown with the Landrys, and, you know, and there it is. So we start this episode off, we find out that, you know, Ralph Angel did not take the deal. And so he's working 2 jobs, and he's feeling really bad about the fact that under his watch they lost the land. You know, he's no longer a farmer, and he no longer has that legacy. But the difference is this Ralph Angel isn't wallowing, isn't looking for the quick out. He's working back down, you know, on the docks with the fishermen, and you know, we see him and the young lady he was dating at one point in time when him and Darla had broken up. You know, and they're in a good place. You know, the baby is here, a little girl, her name is True, and she got Ralph Angel wrapped around her little pinky finger. For those who do not know, Charlie is part-time this season, so her character is off running. She's moved back to California with Davis, and she is running for, you know, Congress or what have you. So we see her through this episode through the phone, you know. Micah is still in school. He's moved off campus. He got his own little spot, and he a hoe. Like, we see him with a woman, you know, look like she doing the walk of shame, because it looked like she got on last night's outfit when she leaving. And his friend from last season, the guy that he kind of had the little flirtation with, looks like they're still cool, and dude is off in Mexico with his new man or something. Now, Mr. Prosper, he is fake dating his nurse. Y'all remember the connection he had with his nurse last season, where they doing that fake dating stuff where he going over there to fix something every other day, and his daughter is still in town, and she's clowning him about it like, Daddy, like, at this point, like, you done fixed everything in that woman's house. Like, y'all need to just go ahead and figure out what y'all gonna do. Figure it out, because this ain't fooling nobody, you know. She still hasn't figured out what she gonna do with her husband. He keep calling, and Mr. Prosper done told her, listen, I ain't trying to get in your business, but you just can't avoid him forever. You're going to have to make a decision. Either you're going to go home, or you're going to stay here. You're going to get a divorce, or you're going to work it out. But you need to figure something out, right? She ain't trying to hear it. She's been helping. We found out that Ralph Angel has moved forward with his idea with the co-op, and that she's been helping with that, with the, you know, the legalese and everything with that. Nova is still with Dominique. They look like their relationship has, you know, expanded, and they doing what they doing. And she's getting a lot of traction with the articles on the land, on the massacre that they uncovered last season, and she's getting a lot of traction with getting in touch with the ancestors of the victim, descendants of the victims. Excuse me, not ancestors. Descendants of the victims, because of course they're trying to get that land declared a landmark, so that Landry, even though he may have possession of the land, he can't build on the land. He can't destroy the land and build this mall that they're trying to build, or the interstate, or whatever it is they were trying to do, child. So that's sort of the update. Like I said, a lot of this episode was just giving us the update. So, down at the restaurant, you know, Ava has rehired the guy, the Latino kid, whose parents have been deported, and he trashed a restaurant. They paid him, and so, you know, of course Hollywood is giving him the side eye, like, I don't trust him just yet, but okay. But we found out that he's got a flair for cooking, and so I feel like that's where they're going with that. And Vibe was feeling some kind of way that he was, you know, sprucing up her recipes, but she was like, but it is good though. But I ain't ask you to fix my recipes, but it is good. So I feel like that relationship is gonna build. We see Aunt Vi's doing what Aunt Vi does as far as helping with the baby. Ralph Angel and Darla are living with them, and so you see them sort of have like this uneasy, I'm the mama, I know what I'm doing, well, I raised 3 kids, I know what I'm doing. But again, to see growth, Aunt Vi sort of, she caught herself and she sort of stepped back. They was arguing over giving the baby some sugar or something to help him teeth, and she was like, ain't nothing wrong, I raised Ralph Angel, but she caught herself, because Darla stood her ground, like, listen, we, that's not what we want to give our kids, and so, the thing is, Darla and Ralph Angel want a do-over, right? We know that the son who's in DC going to Sidwell Friend's child, Blue, we know Blue is doing well, and he turned out well, he's a genius, but not because of his parents, and so this is going to really be a do-over for them, right? Now, part of the conflict that we're going to see happen this season is Nova has been offered a, 6-figure deal to turn her book, the book that told everybody business, for the book to be turned into a movie. And of course, her first instinct, of course, was to be excited about it and jump around and oh my goodness. But then she caught herself and said, you know what? This book almost broke my family, and I'm just not sure if I need to open up those wounds again. It's a great opportunity for her professionally, but what is that going to look like for her on the family? And so she, as of the end of this episode, she still hadn't talked to the family about it, but she knows that if she decides to move forward, this is something she needs to talk to the family about. She don't want to make the same mistake twice and sacrifice, her relationship with the family. Now, Micah runs into a little blast from the past. Kiki. Micah is taking a photography class, and Kiki is actually the TA to the professor. So they run into each other, and you can definitely tell that there's some unfinished business there. You can tell that there's still a little spark. Now, whether it's going to end up being anything, again, it's the final season. Are they going to have Micah and Kiki end up together at the end of this, or are they going to allow them to realize that we've just moved on with different people? It was great while it lasted. We were good for each other in that moment, but this isn't it. You know what I mean? Later on in the episode, we see, them talking and again, just vibing and all of that. And, she pull out, a blunt like, oh, you trying to smoke with me? And at first he says no, cause they get ready to have the christening and the blessing ceremony for True. But then she sort of throws that little peer pressure on him, and he was like, okay, let's go, let's do it, because, he was like, well, she always accused me of not being, spontaneous, so I had to show that I'm spontaneous, Now, down to the co-op. The co-op looks like it's off the ground. They're organized and everything. They're just not really turning a lot of profit yet. It's definitely an opportunity that they eventually can turn a lot of profit, but so far so good. Now, the female farmer, she done rolled up on Mr. Prosper and said, listen, what you doing with my girl? Like, that's my girl. We friends, and ain't nobody getting no younger. So either you trying to get with her or leave her alone. Cause I don't like all this back and forth. Like, you need to say what it is you trying to do, Mr. Prosper, okay? And Mr. Prosper does what he does. He ain't really say too much. He kind of walked away and was like, I hear what you're saying. I'm going to go over here minding my business, right? Now, Ralph Angel has reached out to, now we have a new character, Miss Mo. She is somebody that's coming in to help them with the co-op, to help bring them. She has like a national co-op program. Ralph Angel has really been reading all her books and studying up on her, and he invited her, he applied to get the co-op in this bigger program, so that, of course, it's all based on the same concept of the black farmers helping each other, being self-sustained, creating a new Black Wall Street. And so she comes down to visit the co-op, and her and Nova flirting a little bit, Now Nova is happily with Dominique, but we know Nova is a Rolling Stone child. She'll get up and leave in a minute. We know how Nova roll. And Ralph Angel told her, listen, don't be doing all that. Like, we trying to get something done here. Don't be all that. Don't. And Nova was like, what? Like playing innocent. What? Well, what did I do? And he was like, you know what you did. Stop playing. But she accepts the co-op into her program, which is a great thing because now they have that backing. It's just more of a foundation and more support. And so that's definitely a great thing. And of course, Ralph Angel is at the forefront of all of this. We found out that the female farmer, the one I was telling you guys about a few minutes ago, she ain't doing too well. She's behind on her mortgage, and Darla's doing the books. Mr. Prosper's wife, daughter is helping out with the legal jargon, and she tells her, she said, "Listen, I'm a little nervous. You getting 90 days behind on your mortgage. Like, that's red alert, red alert." And she was like, "Well, I can't get blood from a turnip. If I don't have it, I don't have it." And so, you see Darla's a little nervous, so I'm a little nervous too, One of the farmers get the flirting, with Ralph, with Mr. Prosper's daughter. He's asked her out on a couple of dates, and, she tried to say no. He said, don't say no yet. Like, don't do that. Don't make a decision yet, but, I'm going to keep coming back. And again, she's still technically married, so I don't know if she kind of in a position to be doing all that. But anyway, so we get to the blessing of True. She has a traditional blessing in the church, and they go through the whole rite of passage of naming her and all of that good stuff. And they have Blue and the mama on the phone. Okay, y'all know her name escapes me. They're on the phone through the whole ceremony. Again, they're not full-time on the show, but I guess they'll make cameos throughout the season. And so it was a great ceremony. Michael did show up. He was high. We see a moment with him, and after it's over with, we see a moment with him and Nova, and he's talking to Nova about running into Kiki, and he starts rambling and stuff, and she was like, "Girl, are you?" She was like, "Mike, are you high?" And he was like, "I mean, a little bit." She was like, "Yeah, okay then." And they laugh about it because, Nova the last person that can judge anybody for getting high. We know at the beginning of the show, Nova was selling the weed, okay? She wasn't just smoking it, she was selling it too, okay? Then we have the ceremony outside where they are writing True's name in the book, and they talk about the semblance that in the family, the back of the Bible has always been where they record the land, and the front of the Bible is where they record the births. And Ralph Angel talked about how he wasn't there for Blue, but how he's there for True. They rhyming. And as they're finishing up the ceremony, who come rolling up on them but Landry? And Landry lets them know, he said, "This is a great thing that y'all are reaching out to the victims of the massacre, to help get this declared a national landmark so that I can't build on the land." He said, "But, looks like our families are once again intertwined." Well, Parker, his daughter, her family, I guess the mama side, are descendants of the victims. And so she's actually filing for the opposite. She's actually filing so that they won't be declared a national landmark and they can, build on the land. But it seems to me like if there's 100 descendants, and 99 of the descendants say, "No, we want this to be a landmark," and one says, "Yes, I want it to be," no, I don't want it to be a landmark. Like, one person shouldn't be able to overturn it, but I know politics and, color will, does, weigh into these things. Like, I do get that. I'm not naive to that. But Aunt Vi lets Landry know. She said, "Are you sure you want to go down this path? Because you already know, where that leads." So I guess we got one final secret that we got to overturn, and I'm sure that throughout this season there'll be a battle for this land, and who knows who's gonna win at the end. But this, whatever this secret is certainly gonna be revealed. Anyway, that was the episode. Like I said, it was a foundation. They ain't give us, but that's what it is. So y'all let me know what y'all think. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.